years I worked on what was originally supposed to be a single book. The idea was simple. One side of the book was called The Religion of Science. Flip the book over, and the other side was called The Science of Religion. The two books would meet in the middle. It took me far longer to finish than I expected. Life happened. Kids happened. Work happened. And like a lot of projects that matter, it sat unfinished for years while I slowly chipped away at it. When I finally got it ready, Amazon wouldn't allow the format I had designed, so I ended up splitting it into two separate books. In a strange way, that turned out to be fitting, because they're really two different paths toward the same question. How do human beings make sense of reality? The Religion of Science explores what happens when science stops being a method of inquiry and starts becoming part of our identity. It's not an attack on science, it's an examination of certainty. Why do we need to be right? Why do we cling so tightly to explanations? And what happens when any worldview becomes unquestionable? On the other side, the Science of Religion asks a different question. What if faith and reason aren't enemies at all? What if religion, philosophy, science, and spirituality are simply different languages pointing toward the same mystery? It's part memoir, part philosophy, and part exploration of what it means to search for truth without becoming trapped by certainty. And then something unexpected happened. About 2 years ago, I stumbled into the subject of UFOs, UAPs, and what people are now calling non-human intelligence. I was shocked by how much it captured my attention. Not because I suddenly had answers, but because I realized the phenomenon reveals something fascinating about human nature. Some people immediately dismiss it, some people immediately believe it, and very few people are comfortable sitting in uncertainty. That realization became part of both books. Because whether we're talking about religion, science, politics, philosophy, or the phenomenon itself, the deeper question remains the same. How do we respond when reality doesn't fit our model? Right now, that question feels more relevant than ever. The US government continues to discuss disclosure. Public interest is growing. And with conversations about UAPs and non-human intelligence becoming more mainstream, more and more people are beginning to ask questions they never expected to ask. Some people are excited. Some people are skeptical. Some people are afraid. These books aren't about telling you what to believe. They're about helping you think through what belief itself is. If you've ever wondered how a religious worldview might approach the phenomenon, or how a scientific worldview might approach the phenomenon, or whether both perspectives might be missing something important, I think you'll find something worthwhile in these pages. The Religion of Science and the Science of Religion are now available separately on Amazon. 2 books, 2 directions, 1 question. What happens when we become more interested in understanding reality than defending our ideas about it? And one final disclaimer. These books were originally designed to be one book. You were supposed to be able to read one side, flip it over, read the other side, and meet in the middle. It sounded like a great idea. Unfortunately, after countless formatting attempts, page number disasters, reversed sections, publishing headaches, and more hours than I care to admit, I finally surrendered. There may be page numbers that don't make sense. There may be references that point to the wrong place. There may be evidence scattered throughout these books that the author was slowly losing a battle with book formatting software. At some point, I realized I had a choice. Keep obsessing over perfection, or move on to the next project. So I moved on. And maybe that's fitting. Because one of the themes running through both books is that we often become so attached to the map that we forget to look at the territory. So if you find a formatting error, a misplaced page number, or some other artifact of this strange journey, consider it part of the lesson. The world is messy. People are messy. Books are apparently messy. Don't get too distracted by the formatting. Look for the deeper meaning hiding underneath it. Oh, and one more disclaimer. I wrote this entire advertisement with AI. Then I had an AI voice read it. He's still talking right now. Somewhere. To someone. Possibly about consciousness. I also accidentally discovered AI in the middle of writing these books and decided to use it in a very specific and artistic way. In fact, I'll make you a deal. If you can figure out exactly how AI was used in these books, I'll send you a Help Self t-shirt. The only problem is, I don't currently have any Help Self t-shirts. So first you'll have to buy the books. Then I'll have to make enough money to order the shirts. Then I'll have to remember I made this offer. So let's call it an honor system treasure hunt. In the meantime, whether you're for AI or against AI, whether you're for aliens or against aliens, whether you're certain we're alone in the universe or certain we're not, none of that really matters. What matters is that you buy the book. And then we can have a good conversation about why you're wrong, or why I am. Which, if you've read the books, is kind of the whole point.
I'm like this, tag team, back again. Check it to record, let's begin. Party on, party people, let me hear some noise. DC's in the house, jump, jump, rejoices. There's a party over here, a party over there. Wave your hands in the air, shake the dairy, yeah. These 3 words mean you're getting busy. Whoa, there it is, Hitman.